Hi everybody, in this video we're going to find the area of our triangle, and I hope you've all seen how to find the area of a rectangle before, but there's kind of a trick to understanding the area of the triangle, and I'll just give you a hint. It has to do with finding the area of a rectangle. So if you draw this on your paper, just pause the video and see if you can figure out the relationship between the area of a triangle and a rectangle. Okay, so I hope you tried that, and if you haven't figured it out, let me just give you a hint. Enclose this triangle that you've drawn with a rectangle like this. So if we enclose any triangle inside of a rectangle, you know, where you have these perfect corner right angles everywhere, right? What do you find? What can we see? Like, how can we get an idea of how we could figure out the area of a triangle now? Can you see it? Do you want to press pause on the video? So, do you notice that we've kind of created more? There's a bunch of triangles here. This dotted line, by the way, is a perfect vertical line that's perpendicular to this horizontal line of the triangle, and this is a right angle here, right, and here. So can you see that we have a number of triangles inside, smaller triangles in this configuration here, right? So I hope you notice that this triangle is the same shape as this one, right? And in fact, it's also the exact same size because their long hypotenuse side here is the same, isn't it? So that triangle is the same as that. What are the two triangles are the same? Right, so this triangle is the same as this one, right? So can we see that, what's the trick here? If you take the rectangle, the area of the rectangle, right, this triangle is actually half the area of this whole rectangle, isn't it? So if I was thinking about the area of the rectangle, it would be like the length times the width, right, which would be 3, and then the width would be this distance here, 1.5, right? 3 times 1.5 yards, right? But the area of the triangle is half of that. It's 1/2 the length times the width of this rectangle, right? The length, and we call this the base, I guess. 1/2 the base, and we call this the height. But it's basically the length and the width of this rectangle, right? So, but the area of a triangle is 1/2 times the base times the height. So that is 1/2 times this base here, 3, times the height, 1.5. Now we've got some fractions to multiply. This is a mixed number. What should I do to that so that I can then multiply fractions? And also, what would I do with the 3 so that I can multiply across? So I want to write everything as a fraction, okay? So how do I convert the number 3 into a fraction? It's 3 over 1. Good. How do I convert the mixed number to an improper fraction? So 2 times 1 is 1. Oh, sorry, it was 2 plus 1 is 3. 3 over 2, right? And multiplying across, 1 times 3 times 3 is 9. 2 times 1 times 2 is 4. 9 over 4. Right? Now let's make that an improper or a mixed number. 4 into 9 goes twice, and remainder 1. So 2 and 1/4. Okay? And what are the units? Well, the base was 3 yards. The height was 1.5 yards, and so you go yard times yard, yard squared, YD squared. okay, or square yards, because the area of this guy is measured in square yards. I'll show you. So like here is roughly 1 square yard. That's 1 yard times 1 yard. Okay. Now it's in proportion because the yard's actually a big step when you're walking, right? But this is the unit of measurement for area in this case. And the triangle that we're looking for, this guy, works out to be 2 1/4 square yards, yards squared, okay? Square yards.